Okay, this is number 8. Yay! This is the asterisk on your keyboard. The number 8 is the asterisk. That reminds me, let's show you what you can do with the make an asterisk. So with enough imagination, you can get an asterisk because this is the mirror, and this is actually marker number 24. So that's actually another omega. So if we were to do an omega through here, we get an asterisk, a book that was never written. Anyway, just another part of my opinion and confirmation bias. Yeah, there we go. I like all these words. Important message again. These are my opinions. Yes, mine and mine only. Anyway, but hopefully some people can come around and see these opinions and they become their opinions. Or not. Anyway, here we go. I'm going to go a little off, but all I'm going to do is do a little verification, and this one I think is kind of neat. There's tons of cool ones, but anyway, it just goes on, but here we go. Okay, here at the very last right here, the last omega, 15 and 13, and face has a word value of 15. I don't know, that comes into play. We'll get into that. But there we are. We're going to deal with this one right here. Actually, we're going to deal with a couple of things, but we're concentrating here. And if you remember, his father was a wheelwright. So that's this grave marker, and he's 5 years old when he got his throat cut by his mom, and his father is a wheelwright at the Yellowstone Fort. So this is a picture of a wheelwright building some wheels for the wagons. And we always see Forrest Fenn leaning against the wagon. There's so many clues. This is in Once Upon a While, and it's actually on page 6. If you do the counting of the Roman numerals back, this is actually page 6, and that would be 3 and 3 makes 6, and that's the end marker, and he's leaning on the wagon wheel. So I don't know how much. Anyway, there you have that picture. So we got more wagon wheels, wheelwright. Now we're going to go from there. Okay, there's tons of wheel things, but if you go on to page 64 in the Thrill of the Chase, if you'll notice, this wheel is different than this wheel. You can actually see through the spokes here, and you can't see through the spokes on this one. And anyway, if you look at it, you know that you would be able to see some light through these spokes if it was a legitimate. And the picture below it is not the same vehicle, so there's a lot of. And Skippy was photoshopped into it. But either way, the point of the matter is there's an X right here. X marks the spot. X is a 10, or X is the 24th letter in the alphabet, so it's also omega is the 24th letter in the alphabet. So here's an omega right here, X, at the wheel. And he used anything round like Earth, pi. Pi is to figure the circumference of a circle, and pie pans are round. So there you got another wheel right there. So basically, let's go to the next one here. This I think is kind of cool, and we'll go into more detail. Okay, so here's the other one, and here's this is just happens to be on page 66, which is an N number for shoes and other things, but anyway, 66 applies to both omegas, and you can get a 66 and 99 by mirroring 66. Anyway, but either way, you have these, and if you look close, there's an asterisk on it, and you know, if you look really close, you might be able to find some X's and asterisks here. Like there's an X right there. Anyway, but what it is I was wondering, this triangle right here. You see this? A lot of people have made some things about this triangle. And then the other thing is the bullseye. Okay, so keep these in mind. We got 2 tires. We have a line going to this buffalo, and it makes kind of a rectangle here. Okay, so we're interested in that rectangle. So we're back to this. Anyway, here's the blaze. This is 33. This is actually 15 and 3, and this is our wheel right here, right there. Okay, because his father was a wheelwright, and this is our other wheel right here. So we got a wheel right there. Okay, then we have the axle in between the wheels. All right, so there's the 2 wheels, and right here is the 2 wheels right there. Okay, so then we're after the V, but we know that if you were to draw this and you were to put a line across here and you were to put a line across here, basically you get an X. So basically what it is that rope is going from this wheel to the center and this wheel to the center, and that gives us a triangle. Okay, but not only that, but that gives us a bullseye. All right, so looking back at this, here's the thing. If we were to put a line to here, it would make a triangle, and there's the bullseye with imagination. What do you think? Okay, here we are, and we're at scrapbook 245, which with imagination is 24 omega, and 5 is halfway, or it's an end number 2. So this is reverence for wood. Anyway, what I'm interested, there's clues to this whole thing. Like right here, he's talking about a bridge, and that gets us to the other side of the cemetery. But down here, he does this weird thing. He goes, I just measured the pellet, and my spread right hand, which is exactly 8 1/4, and that'd be 8 and 8.25, I believe, would be 8.25, and that would come up to 15, and that gets you there. And then his finger plus his fingernail, or his little to his thumb. Anyway, so the painting palette, I don't know, is 33 1/2 inches wide. But just for the fun, I measured it with my ruler also. Yep, 33 1/2 inch wide. I always like to be exact, so he wants us to be exact. So this is telling me the same thing that we just did a minute ago. Is if you were to measure from, this is 33 right here, 33 and 33, and you were to measure halfway, which is 0.5, halfway takes you to right here, and halfway again takes you here to right here, and we have the exact bullseye from the other direction. We got it from the wheels, and we got it from there. Anyway, there's a lot more clues than that, but I just thought I'd throw that in. It actually makes 2 triangles and an asterisk, and anyway, it all just lines up, and we can go on, and we will. The voices in my head and me. Anyway, if you got some questions, please ask them. I'll answer them. There is clues everywhere. Forrest Fenn could not talk without giving a clue. Everything he said was calculated. I mean, he's a master. He's the riddle master, the master of coincidence. Everything's a coincidence. This guy was planning moves. He's been planning moves 15 years. So he would plan something 15 years before he would execute it. That way you'd go, well, that's just a coincidence. But I'm just telling you, like all the names that he uses to interact with the public, he opened those accounts like 3-4 years ago, and he did them everywhere along the way, and then he'd wait 3 years before he used them. So I'm just telling you, everything's a coincidence because he's a master of never being pinned down. But the only thing that he did pin down is the end. The end is pinned down because he gave so many clues that how many coincidences do you need to make something clear that something is? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to expose coincidence after coincidence after coincidence after coincidence until you go, yep, there's something to this. So stay tuned, and hopefully you enjoyed this one, and we'll go from there. Oh, please subscribe, like, dislike, participate a little bit. Makes it funner for me anyway. All right. Keep smiling. Talk to you later.